This was a revival, but it was weird. So let me explain it to you. So Time to Revive is a ministry. They came into Indiana, and what they typically do is they do like about a week-long stint of evangelism. So they'll go out on the streets, and they'll come back into the church, and they'll have like baptisms and services all day, every day for like 7 days. What happened was after that 7 days, like revival broke out and people didn't want to leave. And to the point where that continued, schools shut down, so kids could go to church during the day to participate in evangelism. Plants that build car parts would close down so that preachers could come in and preach to their entire worker load. Like it was, we went out on the street like almost every day. We went all around to the surrounding towns. I mean, it was insane. I've never seen such a revival of like ministry and preaching. And it was started by Mennonites and Amish. And the Mennonites and the Amish met with the Catholics and the Protestants and the Methodists and the Lutherans and the Baptists and the non-denominational. All the Christians got on board, and it was nuts. I have to say the unity was probably one of the most miraculous things I've ever seen in my life. It was insane. So this happens. Remember, it was a 7-day thing. It was a 7-day thing, and they ended up doing that same thing. Morning, afternoon, evening services, evangelism in between, fellowship all the time, baptisms every day for 52 days. Incredible. This revival was with Time to Revive. It was insane. And then I remember, I went back to check, so they still did things. It wasn't as intense after that 52 days. It wasn't as intense, but they still went on. I remember the last day I saw, this continued in some way, shape, or form. Like I said, not as intense as the 52 days. In some way, shape, or form for 1,057 days. Almost 3 years. So you're talking about a revival, and they all look different, right? The one happened in Ashbury. There's all different ones. You've got Azusa Street, like you've got the Toronto Fire. There's all sorts of different revivals. The Brownsville. You've got different types of revivals. They all looked a little bit differently. But I'd say that of the revivals I've been a part of, I've seen, that was probably the craziest one. And this, we're reading in Genesis 45 about Goshen. When I think of Goshen, I think about this. I think about that revival and just how amazing, and how Goshen was the place that the Israelites were set apart and protected from the world, and that was the name of the town in Indiana that this revival happened. Man, that's crazy. That's nuts. I have a video about it. I talk about it a little bit before it. Maybe I'll put a link to it. Anyway, crazy stuff.